The 2026 coloring book lineup is already packed and we're only getting started. And please note these release dates are subject to change. Let's start with Wildlife and Nature coloring books expected for release in 2026. If you're a fan of Small Victories by Johanna Basford, Inklings is the next pocket-size edition with an expected release in March. Another highly anticipated release is Zoomorphia by Kerby Rosanes. We'll have to have a little patience for this book as this one is scheduled for release in October. Flower Fantasy has intricate botanical designs by the author behind Circle of Life and Enchanted Earth, and this one is expected for release in February. Next up is a couple of books from Creative Haven. Teresa Goodwitch has 2 books expected in early 2026. Owldorables focuses on irresistible owls with a scheduled release in January. The other book is Utterly Adorable, expected in March. And botanical lovers will want to keep an eye out for Floraceous by Layla Dooley, a floral experience arriving in March. And her books do sell out, so you might want to get your pre-order now. Nature illustrator Marjolaine Baston returns with Magical Nature, bringing her soft organic style in February. Enchanted, Color Your Way Through Nature's Hidden Gems explores intricate nature details with whimsical vibes, and this one is expected in January. And then we have Life is Beautiful by Jane Madej. This one blends nature and cozy scenes with positive affirmations. This one has a planned release for February. Dinosaurs is a new release from the author behind The Wondrous Workings of Science and Nature and What's Inside a Garden coloring books. This one offers educational and modern designs with an expected release in March. And looking further ahead, Magical Botanicals leans into dreamy plant life expected in December. And be sure to let me know which wildlife and nature release you're excited about. After time outdoors, let's step into cozy lifestyle coloring books that have charming moments and little getaways expected in 2026. One exciting release is the Swedish edition of The Magical Library by Maria Trolle. This one leans into magical wildlife with literature in mind, and it's highly anticipated by collectors. For fans of travel-inspired getaways, Eriy is also making a return with 2 new French coloring book releases expected early this year. One book translated in English is Cozy Japan Secret Forest, and the other book is called Cozy Japan The Hidden Kingdom. Color Me USA from Cider Mill Press offers a travel-inspired coloring journey in March. There's also Color Your World by Samantha Dion Baker. This one focuses on everyday moments and simple joys in June. And Shop Fronts focuses on charming storefronts expected in January. Also from the same author, Cozy Boutiques expands on similar themes with cozy shopping scenes expected in May. Creative Haven Tablescapes by Marty Noble focuses on decorative table settings and interior designs. This one is expected in June. And Chris Garver returns with Glitter Odyssey, a special edition book celebrating 10 years of the Color Odyssey coloring book series. This book features glitter accents on select pages, expected in October. Fashion lovers will enjoy 3 upcoming book releases. Tansy Willow, a popular author known for mandalas, has a fashion coloring book expected in July. And keep an eye out for Shades of Fashion, inspired by Chanel, expected in June. The same author has another book planned in September called The Art of Fashion, inspired by the fashion design Dior. And rounding out the lifestyle category, Dover has a Western romance coloring book scheduled for release in January. And if you're discovering books you've never heard of before, hit that subscribe button. I spend hours every month tracking coloring books and illustrators, so you don't have to. Moving on from lifestyle to fantasy coloring books with dragons, myths, and magical realms. One of the most anticipated fantasy releases is the Swedish edition of the Tales from the Castle Ruin. This one leans into magical, nature, and fairy tale designs, expected for release in March. And I'll leave a link to all the books in the video description. Fantasy World is an upcoming release by Emily Lighthill Oberg, the author behind the premium book Fairy Tales and Folklore. This one has everything from magical meadows and classic fantasy settings, with a scheduled release in April. And Tansy Willow has a fantasy coloring book with whimsical forest creatures and storybook designs planned in February. And the English edition of Dream Voyage gives us dreamy, intricate fantasy and nature designs, expected in January. Floriographic, freaky and fascinating, explores strange blooms and botanical legends with a scheduled release in May. And for fans of storybook charm, the English edition of Leon's Journey by Kanoko Ogusa. This one is expected for release in February. Romantasy fans can look forward to 2 new books. Morally Grey is a dark fantasy scheduled for release in April, and Thorns and Thrones by Rachel Ross delivers another romantasy journey expected in August. And we have a decent lineup for the Mythographic series. One of the most anticipated book releases this year is Mythographic Alice in Wonderland, expected in June. And Mythographic Fairy Folklore has mythical vibes and pixie-dusted forests scheduled for April. And if you enjoy compilation books filled with hidden gems, Mythographic Artist Archive is a premium hardback book expected for release in January, and this is another exclusive book only at Walmart, so keep an eye out for that one. Pop manga fans have 2 upcoming releases. Paint and Ink arrives in February, followed by Myths and Monsters in June. Celestial fans have 3 books to choose from. The Celestial Coloring Book by Cider Mill Press brings astrology and zodiac themes in May. And of course, the Starcana series continues with 2 upcoming releases. We have Wave Song, that focuses on moonlit magic in May, and Shadow Magic explores darker celestial themes in July. Dragon fans can look forward to 2 new books. The Dragon Core Coloring Book is an intriguing upcoming release. This one features legendary creatures in May. And there's also an adorable dragon book by Lulu Mayo. A Million Dragons offers her signature style, expected for release in June. Rounding out the fantasy category, the Odyssey Coloring Book by Charlie Vance brings mythic storytelling in June. And which fantasy coloring book are you looking forward to? Let's move into screen and story coloring books inspired by films, novels, video games, and familiar worlds, expected for release in 2026. One of the most anticipated books is KPop Demon Hunters, an official coloring book from Random House Worlds, expected in September. Another popular release is The Mandalorian and Grogu official coloring book. This one is expected in April. And of course, we can't forget Star Trek the official coloring book that brings the sci-fi fantasy into the coloring world in August. There's also 2 coloring books with gamers in mind. Baldur's Gate 3 has a new official coloring book that brings the beloved RPG game to life in August, while the Art of Gaming coloring book allows colorists to explore video game history in April. Some of the other books to keep an eye out for is Harry Potter, Magical Creatures, expected in April, and Magic the Gathering also has an official coloring book that celebrates the iconic fantasy art in April. Emily the Strange official coloring book offers dark iconic designs in July. We also have Avatar Bioluminescent Glow-in-the-Dark coloring book that brings the captivating world to life in March. For horror fans, there are 2 new books planned in this category, but I'll share some even more spooky books later in this video. The new popular show, It, Welcome to Derry, has an official coloring book that dives into the eerie world of Stephen King's universe, and this one is expected in July. And finishing up this category, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride has a glow-in-the-dark coloring book that adds a spooky twist with glow effects in July. Let's switch things up with cute and fuzzy coloring books. Everything from cute designs to adorable animals and breezy coloring. Care Bears the official coloring book brings the classic characters back, and this one is expected in May. Bobby Good's Sunshine Coloring and Drawing gives colorists a chance to also learn how to draw sunny, charming designs in May. And then we have the Super Cute Pandas coloring book. This one focuses on adorable scenes in January. And one book that is gaining attention is Cozy Life by Jade Summer and Team. This one is expected in July. Becky Cass has 2 new releases planned in February. One is Cute and Cozy Cheery, which leans into uplifting designs, while the other one has a playful spooky twist. And Manga Sparkle Summerween blends spooky and playful themes in May. After all that cuteness, it's time for seasonal and holiday coloring books. These releases celebrate cozy fall moments, winter moments, spooky moments, and darker seasonal twists expected in 2026. One of the biggest holiday releases is the English edition of Christmas Colors by Maria Trolle. This premium book features her signature style with more simple designs and festive scenes, expected in August. Another popular release is Mythographic Christmas Tales. This one is expected in October, blending classic holiday stories with intricate fantasy art. And Creative Haven has Candy Cane Lane by Marjorie Sarnett. This one also delivers classic holiday charm in July. And there's already a couple of cute holiday books expected. We have the Cozy Christmas Glow-in-the-Dark coloring book. This one has adorable Christmas themes and animals, expected in September. The other coloring book is Cozy Kawaii Christmas, expected in August. The Mythogoria coloring book series continues strong in 2026. Fatal Fantasy arrives in January, Tooth and Claw in March, Cottage Gore expected in July, and Kiss of Death arrives in October. And Goth Gardens by Marty Noble blends darker garden themes in August. Rounding out the seasonal and holiday category, October Woods by Jessica Blackburn captures fall and spooky forests in July. And another intriguing book is Spooky Hollow, filled with ghosts and creepy cute characters in September. And the last batch is interactive coloring books that invites you to engage differently. Animal Mandalas by Sarah Muzio blends calming patterns in animals, expected in January. Puzzle lovers can look forward to Dover's upcoming release of the Birds ... coloring book arriving in July. Epic Journeys and Grand Tours is a coloring and activity book that focuses on travel themes in April. There's also a couple of intriguing coloring books for mystery fans. 2 books expected in August. Color and Solve Murder Mansion and Color the Crime Back in Time. And if you're a fan of posters, there are 2 new poster coloring books planned. Magical Oceans by Jessica Setcheret in May, and Spooky Season by Grace West. For sticker fans, there are 2 other activity coloring books planned. Apothecaries, Remedies, and Rarities is a sticker, color, and activity book in June. And the last book in this category is Vintage Color Palettes by Skittle Dog, arriving in June. And that wraps up the 2026 coloring book releases so far. I do research thousands of coloring book releases each month, and many others are expected to surface. If you missed any of those previous videos, I have a playlist that I'll leave at the end of this video. I hope you have an incredible 2026, and thanks for watching.